Welcome back to Gray Squadron Gaming. I'm Joe. This is Don.
It's not true.
We're Brian Time. That's our name of our podcast because sometimes we're salty.
Very salty.
It just happens.
Yes, it's very true.
We thought it'd be fun today to go through and start ranking everything in Legion. I mean the units, of course. Ranking between S, A, B, C, and D tier. Don said you guys are going to give me crap for not having an F tier. I didn't want an F tier. I just went it down to D, figuring even the worst units in the game have some kind of utility somewhere.
It's true. Somebody painted them.
It might not be great. R.I.P. Pathfinders, Palp, and Royal Guards, right?
Those are the F tiers, guys.
We're not going to talk about those guys. But yeah, we're going to start with the Rebel faction today. We're going to go through each unit, give our thoughts on them, and where they rank in the army. We'll do Rebels, then we'll do Imperials, and then probably Republic, and then CIS eventually too.
Who knows?
But for this episode, let's talk about Rebels.
Let's do it.
So let's start off with Han Solo. If you're listening on our podcast, whether it's on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or any of the others, we'll walk you through what we're talking about. If you're watching YouTube, I'll try to put graphics up showing you the ranking chart where they're at. If you don't know what the units are, feel free to follow along on Tabletop Admiral. Shout out to them. We use them all the time. So thank you guys for doing all the hard work over there. First up, Han Solo. Han Solo is one of the early releases in Legion. He's seen a lot of love over the years.
He has definitely been manipulated a little bit from his original card.
I think the steady and low profile really elevated him to another level, right?
Yep.
Especially with how cover works now. But for you those who don't know, he's got Gunslinger, Low Profile, Sharpshooter 1, Steady, Uncanny Luck 3, 2 red dice, ranged 1 to 2, Pierce 2, Surge to Crit, Surge to Block, 2 Speed, 6 Health, 2 Courage. I don't know if I'm going to go through every card with you guys as we're ranking them, but just giving you a sample what we're starting with. So, as a non-role player, where would you rank Han? I'll let you kind of start and we'll agree on it.
The only caveat to Han is you when you have Han, you're probably bringing Chewie, so he gains a little expense because you don't generally will bring Han alone because you want that teamwork to kick off, you want Guardian to keep him alive, all that stuff.
Sure.
But I would think Han in his current iteration, I place him probably high B, low A tier.
I was going to say A.
That's
I
fair.
was going to say A, and if you want to do highs and lows, I'd probably say...
I mean, we'll move him along and
I'll probably
see
say
where
like a mid-ish low A compared...
Okay,
especially
you
with
say a low A.
The commanders we have on the Rebel Army, which aren't
true.
much
It's gotten a little skinny.
So we're going to go ahead and we'll just drag him up to the A slot there. He'll be our first one in A, and we'll see where he ends up. Next up, we have Lando Calrissian.
Oh, man. You know, I don't know if I'm...
It's a very different conversation than
I don't know if I'm biased on this Lando because I've experienced quite a bit of Lando since the change. He is the epitome of what they wanted to do to Rebels. He is annoying. He does tricky, crazy things. His command cards can be a real pain. I think he's like probably one of the better Rebel commanders right now.
Are you saying S tier, sir?
I don't know. I mean,
Where do you say? I'll give you my thoughts as the guy who plays him. But
as someone who plays against him, and I'm biased against a lot of these Rebel units because you mercilessly beat me with them constantly. But
I do what I can.
I would call him, of your commanders, for sure. I think he is the top-level commander in the Rebels right now.
So you're saying S.
I would put him as an E... I could say S to A.
For those who don't know and haven't seen, Lando got a big buff. He now has Guidance Corps Trooper Unit,
right.
Allies of Convenience, one step ahead.
One step ahead, I think, is the real killer
Steady,
there.
Uncanny Luck 2. He now has a range 1 to 2, but with long shot, 1 red, 3 black. No more Pierce, but he has that long shot capability too, which is nice. No sharpshooter anymore either. Surge to crit, surge to block, speed 2, 6 health, 2 courage. Kind of the Rebel leader sampler, I call that, the 6 health, 2 courage. Mm-hmm. So, stat lines low, I'd probably put him at B. Where Don's talking about gets him ahead is that one step ahead is huge.
One step ahead is gigantic.
One step ahead is, like, until you play it a few times, you don't realize how nice it really is. So if you match pips, you can pick anyone you want on your side to go to do a speed 1 move. Anyone. Lando, could be Luke, could be anyone. Doesn't matter on your side of the field, right? If you guys don't match pips, then Lando gets a speed 1. But he has an ace up his sleeve, and he can play that command card to hopefully, if he really needs to match, to help him match.
It's a 1 pip, so if your opponent 1 pips, you can make yourself 1 pip and be like, whatever my opponent was about to do with his...
No, it's 1 pip. It's treated as
whatever my opponent was going to do with that 1 pip, I could hinder that, but with a speed 1. You could effectively change someone's 1 pip plans by playing the ace up his sleeve.
Yep. So it's when building command, you treat this as 2. If this card is in your command hand during the resolve command card effect step of the command phase, after revealing command cards, but before resolving them, it's a lot of words, you may return your revealed card to your command hand, play this card instead, treat this card as having been selected as the player and played instead. So in other words, I'm putting a 2 pip, so I think you're putting a 2 pip. I really need Luke to go first. Oh, you played a 1 pip. Ace up the sleeve 1. The only way you're not going to go the same is if he played a 3 or a 4 pip.
Right.
Odds are that part of the game you kind of know what they're going to play a little bit, especially if you're familiar with Legions. So Ace up his sleeve is just that. It's Ace up his sleeve. It's really good. Krillian Spike is fun. The best part is Divulge, Infiltrate Incognito.
Yeah, Infiltrate Incognito.
There's another thing that
also
boosts Lando.
Incredibly frustrating to try to deal with.
Past that B tier again, in my mind. The actual card itself, depending what you roll, if it's a blank, the chosen unit gets 2 mobilized tokens. Hit or crit, the chosen unit gets mobilized. And if or hit or surge, excuse me, if you get a crit, you get 2 immobilized. I don't like that part. It can hurt you, but it's a gamble. It's very themey.
Right.
And then Idiot's Array. That's really nice too. Defending within 2 in line of sight of Lando. If the attack pool contains at least 1 blank, surge, or hit result during the reroll step, you may change 1 hit and 1 surge result in your attack pool into crits. So that's a nice card. It's Lando in 2 units. It's solid. It's solid, right?
But I think a lot of why Lando is, I consider him much better than Han. He's cheaper, right? He's cheaper.
No, he's not cheap anymore.
He's a little bit more expensive than Han.
Be cheap.
But you don't have to really nail Chewie to him.
He's 5 points more.
So you're not necessarily putting that operative Chewie with him. Not that Chewie's bad, but
I'm going to say we put Lando at high A. If that's
I'll put him ahead of Han.
I don't know if I'd say he's S tier.
That's
because
true.
He has some limits here, but I'm going to put him at a high A in front of Han.
That's fair. I can
and
say
what
that.
I mean by limits is the damage output, survivability.
Right.
Uncanny Luck helps, but it's still white dice. He kind of lives at that range 2. A lot of his command cards want to be at range 2 of the enemies, and obviously range 2 with things like arcs and your sleepers and murder bears.
He can die easily, but he's got in your commander slot. He's one
good.
of your most versatile and
the guy in core trooper's nice too, especially with the rebels getting a good core. Okay, let's keep pressing. Let's go with next. We'll go with Commander Luke Skywalker. Got some upgrades too. He's jump 1, block, charge, immune, pierce, inspire 2, sharpshooter 1. Has a couple weapon profiles. His melee is 2 red, 3 black, impact 2, pierce 1. His blaster is range 1 to 2, long shot, pierce 1, 1 red, 3 black, 6 health, but 3 courage. We got an upgrade there. Red dice.
That's a huge thing for the rebels because he's your only 3 courage.
He's the only 3 courage now.
He's your only 3 courage
in the command slot. At least.
In the command slot.
Red dice for defense, surge crit natively, speed 2. So I've heard a lot of mixed opinions on him. He's at the 120 mark, so not super expensive in my opinion.
No, I think
cheap for what he does.
For a force user with Pierce and
he's one of the few force users without deflect though, so that hurts him in the approach. But once he gets into
he's got
block, which really helps him melee
a little bit better.
He's only piercing 1 instead of 2, like a lot of the other force users, so he's got a little bit less there. But they upgraded his dice from 5 black to 2 red, 3 black, so he's hitting a little better too.
Right. He also has the full 6 command card suite to deal with. Oh no, it's only 5 now because they took away 1.
4.
Oh, is it 4?
It's 4.
Oh, okay. So they took away a couple of his command cards.
So with that thought, they did take away a few of his command cards. He can't take.
I am a Jedi, right?
I am a Jedi can't be taken by him. I don't think because it's Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight. Yep, and then he can't take also the other 1 pip.
You serve your master.
Yeah, that's also Jedi Knight. So those are the 2 he can't take.
So he can't take those.
So
but he's got a little bit better command hands.
I like that he has a long shot to get to range 3 now too, and instead of just 2 red, it's 1 red, 3 black, so it's a little bit more impactful. So I think you're not always necessarily trying to charge him into battle. Sometimes you're okay with him hanging back, inspiring.
Yeah, inspire
and shooting with 4 dice is nothing bad with surge to crit pierce 1. It's still a good shot. It's piercing just as good as the lightsaber, and you're only missing 1 dice from the lightsaber. It's 1 red, 3 black instead of 2 red, 3 black. So it's not much worse. So with that, I'd probably put him. Where do you put him?
I would put him as a solid B.
Solid B. Yeah, I was thinking a high B for him. So
yeah, I think he's doing a lot for you. Not doing anything fantastic. He's just a good all-arounder.
Sure. Yeah. No, I would agree with that. Okay, let's keep it trucking. Let's go to Leia Organa, the last, if you can believe that, of our natural commander. No, there's Wicket too, but we'll start with Leia. So Leia's got Take Cover 2, Exemplar, Inspire 2, Nimble, Sharpshooter 2. She has 3 red dice now at range 1 to 3. No more Pierce, Surge to Crit, White Defense dice, Surge to Block, 2 Speed, 6 Health, and 2 Courage. It's a lot of words. I know I'm saying it fast because some of these units don't have a lot of differences.
Right.
But she's the best support the rebels have. She's exemplar, she's inspiring, she's giving 2 dodges the minimum amount, like if you upgrade her like most people do, she'll give 3 out.
Especially because you lost your generic commander.
For now, until the build your own.
Yes, until you build your own.
She has that sharpshooter too, so when she wants to throw that 3 red dice with surge to crit, which is very accurate, she doesn't have to even worry about cover.
And she's one of those fantastic units that her turn 1 command card is that 1 pip that you can shoot 3 different targets across the board with 2 reds. Most game side now, like your turn 1 command card is going to be standing orders.
Oh, you're gonna
good.
just made some people
I
mad.
know. I love
just
the
made
comments
some
we're
people
gonna get.
mad.
It's a good amount of people, a good amount of lists though that you have no command cards that you want to play turn 1 that are gonna effectively do something.
Some people we'll talk about, they like to play command cards just to give more orders out.
It's true.
Which is fine, because you're not gonna. I agree with what people are saying. There's not 6 rounds. You're not playing 6 cards.
It's true.
But I look at it more as I like to save my good cards for when they're really needed.
A lot of them will give you a versatile thing you want to do with
So
them.
where would we put Leia? She has. I would say her command cards are solid.
Solid. She's solid.
She gets good movement. She can shoot things.
I think I'm still gonna put her around in the B tier.
Above or below Luke?
I'm gonna put her above Luke. Because,
I would agree,
because she's more supportive. Luke is good, but Leia's better. Luke
I would agree
can effectively do a little more damage than Leia, but I think Leia's giving you more than Luke is.
Yeah, she's a higher. I think a higher overall. Now, granted, if Luke gets back there and kills something big, and Luke can have a bigger impact too. So it just depends on your game and what your matchup is. But I think overall, I think I like Leia a little better. Okay, so the last one we're going to talk about is Wicket. He is technically a mercenary of the Rebel Army.
He is technically,
but he is part of the Rebels.
Mm-hmm.
He is a commander. He's independent dodge 1, low profile, nimble, relentless, scout 1, scouting party 2, which is really nice.
That's pretty
unhindered. His sling is 1 black, range 1
Pierce
to 2,
1.
Pierce 1,
primitive, unfortunately.
Primitive, and they took away his sharpshooter 2. That's what they took away.
Yeah,
and his spear is 2 reds, 1 black, Pierce 1. So, but he's cheap. He's 70 points, guys. 70 points. He's only 5 health, but 70 points. He's got some good command cards too if you're bringing Ewoks. My issue with Wicket is in a completely no Ewok army, like you're not bringing any.
If you're not running the battle force,
he's okay.
I would put him as C tier.
Even if you're not running the battle force, but you're bringing like let's say 2 skirmishers and 1 slinger, I think he still has some good functionality there.
I mean, it's okay.
So I'd put him at in the battle force range. I put him at a high A actually, but outside the battle force, I probably would put him at a low B to high C. So I'll agree with you, and we can put him at a C.
Yeah, I think C tier for.
I know you're going to see the picture of Logray on the for those who are watching. That's just the box he came in.
Right.
Logray's only battle force only, so I'm not going to talk too much about him. Okay, so that brings us. That's it. We're done with commanders.
I know that's 5 whole commanders, and one of them is Wicket. So
okay.
that's slim.
Let's go to our operatives, which we have plenty of options.
This is the Rebel player's favorite.
So this is where we're going to talk a little faster about some of their cards because a lot of these haven't had huge changes, and they are what they are. Ahsoka Tano, one of my favorites. I brought her to the Worlds a few times. I went really far with her. I've done very well with her in local tournaments. I've won store championships with her, so I speak of her fondly. She's got jump 2, charge, defend 1, deflect, immune pierce, her Jedi mastery, which lets her use her dodges, kind of like an aim and a marksman, just with dodges. 2 reds, 2 whites, 2 blacks, impact 2, pierce 2, surge to crit, red defense dice, 6 health, and another 3 courage, but she's not operative. So if you would ask me for my personal opinion, I'm like, she's high A. But then Joe in the back goes, no, she's not. She's not high A, unfortunately. I like her a lot. I think she's a little expensive anymore for what she does.
She's a little expensive, yeah.
I think she could use a point reduction in November when they touch her. And I think she'll be much, much better if they touch her, I should say. But when they touch it, when they're doing the next
I was going to say, I feel like Rebels aren't going to get a lot of love in
probably
this
not,
next
which is fine.
points.
I think anything we're going to see sleepers go way up. But we'll talk about them when we get to them. So I'm going to say right now, I'm going to put her in the B category, which hurts me a little bit, guys. I love her, but just what she does and what she brings to the army and what other options are at similar point cost, I think she's B, and I think I put her right now at the 3rd slot, so behind Leia and Luke.
Interesting. I would have put her at the 2nd slot. I would take her over Luke.
She's 25 points more than Luke. Doesn't inspire. It has no range attack innately.
She has those good command cards that are. She's got the supporty command cards. Then when she gets in there, she can do some work. Luke is kind of a vanilla. I mean, I guess his command
Return of
cards
the Jedi is really good. His
supportive.
movement one is really good. His dodge.
I'll give you. We can put her B3.
I'm not saying she's bad. I love her. If you're asking me for my biased opinion, she'd be up a lot higher. But just my honest opinion of how the game works right now, B slot 3 for now. Okay, next, Boba Fett. This one's going to be hard to talk about. Okay, this is Boba Fett. Jump 1, Mercenary of the Rebel Army, Arsenal 2, Impervious, Independence, Steady 1.
Independent, Standby
1. Excuse me, I said Steady, I meant Standby. Sentinel, Sharpshooter 1, and Tactical. The biggest issue with Boba Fett is what they did to Standby.
Yeah, Standby nerf really dropped his.
When you have an independent standby person and you nerf the standby, and he was expensive because of what I would say probably the standby shenanigans, and you kind of nerf that, it makes him harder to talk about how good he is or was. My other issue is with Boba Fett is his command cards, particularly what is it, the
The Simple Man? Or no, his...
Making his way to the galaxy. It's a 2 red, 1 black, blast, impact, 1 versatile. During his attack, Boba Fett cannot make an attack, so you can't make any attacks during
it's
your
not a double attack card.
No, that's the issue. At the end of Boba Fett's next activation, he may make an attack with the following that gets everyone in range 1 line of sight. Kind of like a Grievous Bomb, but much worse.
But much worse.
Because you can't do a normal attack before it, and it's 2 reds, 1 black, and that's it.
And you don't even have your independent standby when you use this because he's got an order.
Yep.
He's... I don't know. Like, and for his points...
And he's a 2-speed.
You're getting real close to the loaded up Din, who is so much better.
Yeah, he's a... And the fact that he's a 2-speed instead of a 3-speed.
Right.
5 health is good with his red armor, like Mando armor. 3 courage, good. His carbine, 3 black, pierce 1, it's okay. Gaffy stick, 3 red, 1 black with no keywords at all is not great. He has tactical, that's good.
Right.
Sentinel's good. Sharpshooter 1's decent. I'm gonna say C tier, sir. What do you think?
I would say borderline D because I guarantee you when you look at this list of operatives,
that's my issue.
He is never going to be the one you're like, I'm taking him.
I agree.
Unless you're like a huge Boba Fett fan and you're playing Rebels.
Okay, so we're going to put him at C behind Wicket for now.
Yeah, he's bottom tier D. Bottom C. Bottom tier C.
Let's go to someone on the complete opposite end of the spectrum. I think he's going to end up. Let's talk about Cassian. Cassian got difference. He's now an operative as a commander. Danger Sense 3, he gets his config for free. He's got the Field Commander keyword, which kind of gets around that.
Which gets around his trick.
Infiltrate, Marksman, Sharpshooter 1, Tactical. His built-in gun is 2 whites, 2 blacks, range 1 to 2. His melee is 3 blacks, surges to hits and blocks, white defense dice. He's got that normal 6 health, 2 command courage. His command cards are, in my opinion, they're very, very good.
They're very good
cards. They've won me many a game.
And you unlock the ability to bring K2, who is amazingly good as well.
For his points, yes. He is phenomenal. So
I think he lives in the A tier.
I think he lives in the A tier. I think he lives in the A tier. This is my opinion. So you two agree. Above Han.
Absolutely.
The question is he above Lando right now?
I do think so.
I think so.
Lando is extra tricky and
I
cute,
so
and he does fun things.
Okay,
but
we're on the same
Cassian
page.
is just he's rock steady.
We're on the
he's
same
doing it.
page there. So we're gonna put him into the A tier slot. Currently, our number 1 A tier slot. The image also has K2, and you know what? For the sake of this thing, I'll have to take another picture of K2. But K2, I would also put in the A tier. So let's talk about K2 while we have him up.
Yeah, why not?
K2 SO. He is only a whopping 70 points for Calculate the Odds, Armor 1, Detachment Cassian, Incognito, Infiltrate, Teamwork Cassian, 5 health, 2 courage, red defense dice, surges to crits, 2 speed, and overpower 4 red dice. He can bring, if you have Jin in your army, the gun is 5. If you don't have Jin in your army, the gun is 10.
Right.
So he's either 80 or 75. Even at 80, with the gun with the 5 whites, surge to crits, suppressive, pierce 1, and the way you're going to share aims and dodges with Cassian, it's solid. And the fact that he's incognito, so you can get him to where you want to get him very easily.
Yeah. I mean, he's
a detachment, so you don't even take up a slot.
He's not taking up your slot, which is awesome for this slot. And you got your teamwork with Cassian, so you're giving him all the stuff. And Incognito is just so good at this point.
So where in the A's are we putting him? It sounds like
I think he lives right behind Cassian.
So above Lando.
I would think so because you're taking Cassian, who is above Lando, and if you take Cassian, you're taking K2.
Most of the time. We do, yes, but I know there's some people who don't.
I don't know. How do you not? He's so
know.
good at what he does, and he makes your Cassian even better.
I would agree. I will stick him at A tier with Cassian. In fact, I'm going to keep the picture as them together because together they're high A, so we're going to keep them there.
Right.
Okay, good. We're in agreement. That was an easy one.
Sure.
We talked about Chewbacca a little bit earlier. Let's talk about him. Chewbacca's in Rage 4, Guardian 2, Scale. Guardian 3. Teamwork, Han Solo. His main attack is Overpower, 4 red, but with lethal, unlike K2, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
His bowcasters, Impact 1, Pierce 1, 2 reds, 2 whites, 9 health, 2 courage, but it's white dice, no surging for defense, and then surge for offense, speed 2. He's 90 points. I think he's worth every bit of 90 points. I use him as a guardian machine when I play with him.
You definitely
He keeps my stuff alive longer than it probably should be kept alive.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite thing about him, as I knock my water down, is that he's the guardian machine, right? And the craziest thing too is I have games where he does nothing offensive. I have games where he just takes over.
He can't. I mean, he's got a really great ranged weapon at range 1 to 3 with Pierce.
My issue with him is, you mentioned it earlier, is that with Han and his command card to bring Han's 0 pit back that always wins, I put him at low A. Without Han, I probably put him at like mid B.
I was putting him in at mid B as well. Even with Han, like he's good. He's good. But
the reason I like him so much with Han is the token sharing shenanigans.
Right.
Pulling Han's card back is so big because the other two, when he's with Luke and with Leia, those cards aren't as great in my opinion at all.
That's very
but
true.
Bringing Han's. Sorry about the mess card is huge because they get to go
played like
first.
300 games of Legion with you, and more than that actually. And I don't know that I've ever actually seen any of the other.
I've done them all once
cards.
on the channel early, but
that's probably
But that's it.
Yeah.
And then the Guardian. I don't know how many times have I kept sleeper cells alive. Have I kept fleets alive?
Have you kept last game? You just keep Han alive.
So and he does that, and I've lose him sometimes because of that. But I feel like it's worth saving the hardening unit. So I'm gonna put him mid B.
I think mid B is an agreeable.
Where do we put him right now? We have Leia, Luke, Ahsoka. Is he above them, below them, or somewhere in the middle? That's the question we have to ask ourselves here on the channel. Where does Chewie go?
I think Chewie can live between Luke and Leia.
Between Luke and Leia, so higher B for now.
Higher than Luke, just because Han's higher than Luke, and you're gonna take Chewie when you take Han.
Okay, let's put him there for now. We can always adjust as we go through.
Okay.
I'll agree with that. Din was one of those people that I've always loved. I've always spoken high of Din, even when other people were kind of dollars on him. I think got a huge glow up when
range 2 became the range.
Either that and just his speed, shenanigans and stuff.
Yeah.
So Din base is 95, and I'm just real quickly building him out with something just to kind of talk about like what he can, because he's never 95.
Yes, he's never 95
ever.
You have to give him speed 3.
The jetpack is 15.
You need to.
I always bring the flame protector for 5. Right. His spear or gun, one of the two. I think the spear better in this format personally.
Right.
For 15, and then usually an up close and personal or a tenacity or
and you're gonna bring his little green front.
So I'm just gonna put up close and personal for this thing just for this build, just for this argument's sake in the build. I'm only gonna bring up close, Din's fire projector, jetpack, and Beskar spear. That leaves him with the comms, his companion, and another training slot open. That's at 138. That is still 7 points cheaper than base Ahsoka. What do you get for that? I'm glad you guys asked. What do you get for that? Well, in melee now, you're gonna get 3 red, 1 black, duelist, which is a pierce 1 on his spear and immune pierce, so same as Ahsoka immune pierce wise. You add in his vibro knife. Now it's 2 more black with lethal. So now you're rolling 3 black, 2 red. If you spend the aim, you get pierce 2.
Pierce 2.
So you're getting 3 black, 2 red. You're 1 dice shy, but Ahsoka's throwing 2 whites of that 1 black. So, but if you have tenacity on Din, which you usually do in my builds, I do at least. You're throwing better dice than Ahsoka with the same pierce, with the same immune pierce. Not to mention he has tactical when he moves. He has independent aim and dodge, so he's going to get independent aim and dodge.
The aim and dodge makes my Boba Fett heart hurt.
He has Arsenal 2 and Bounty. Not to mention, we haven't talked about it yet, but his blaster pistols range 1 to 2, 2 red, 1 black, lethal, long shot, and versatile, so he can shoot outside of cover. And he has a flamethrower to hit those big mobs, which I've done to you many a time on the channel.
You have made me
all that. Now, if we want to go crazy, which I like to, I bring him more for the health and his ability because he's 17 points. But at 155, we were 10 points more than Ahsoka, which is still cheaper than Ahsoka's built out. Mm-hmm. And now you have an additional health. You're up to 6 health, 3 courage. And you have the Grogu shenanigans where you can heal himself or you can immobilize somebody on top of everything else. So it just... Din to me is A tier. I'm just going to...
I can agree with that.
My only problem with Din being high A tier is I don't think his command cards are crazy good. I think they're good.
His command cards are cute, but
Whistling Birds never seems to do much for me, ever.
Like all mercenaries, he's kind of only in it for himself, really.
His Relentless card, huge. Really good. His Double Shot card, very situational, but can be extremely good or can be lackluster. The Whistling Bird ones, just, I play him so much, it never does much. So I'm going to say A tier, and I want to put him above Han, above Lando, or before Lando. What are we thinking?
So here's my issue with placing him higher in A tier. He is very good for his points, but he's still 155 points, and the Rebels love to live in that, 12 to 14 activations.
It's true.
And so that kind of makes it harder to get there with having one of your operatives costing 155 points. So I would put him between Han and Lando.
Okay, putting him between Han and Lando.
We being me, may have forgotten to print out his image.
Don't worry, I'll add it. So we can't add it now, but we're going to remember for sure that he's above.
Absolutely going to remember it.
Han and Lando. It could have been me.
Sure.
Okay, so let's go to the next one. The next one we have up is IG-11. IG-11 is an interesting fellow. He's a mercenary. He is armor 1, gunslinger, impervious, program, sharpshooter 1. He, of course, has Overwhelm 4 red. He has 2 gun profiles. One is a range 3. It's 2 white, 1 black, pierce 1. The range 4 is 1 white, 2 black, no pierce. 5 health, 2 courage, surge to hit, red, defense dice, 2 speed. And the program, of course, gives him AI. So before the changes, he was a little worse. He got better because AI is easier to get around now.
It is easier to get around.
So as long as you're within range 3 of your buddy, you don't have to worry about it as much, right? Your commander. So that's huge because his biggest issue in the Rebel army is Rebels don't always give out the best suite of commands because they like to kind of...
And he's a mercenary, so it's hard to give him orders already there anyway.
So helping AI trim that back made him better. His lovely program keyword for the bounty to give his range 3 gun pierce 2 and his range 4 gun pierce 1, huge. I think that's really
it does make it a lot of fun.
So, and his command cards are okay. The 3-pip you have to bring kind of stymies you a little bit because it's not great.
It's not great.
Self-destruct you have to bring it.
Yeah.
His 2-pip with the that's a steady one, I believe. That one is decent. It's fine. It's nothing crazy good. It's the setting demoralized 3-1. That one's good.
Yeah, it's alright.
And then the 1-pip, the Carnage, is now better because it's not the bubble. It's now within range 2 and in line of sight.
It was a donut before because it was not. It was only units
that makes
at
it
range
better.
2.
He loses Gunslinger, so you really only want to do it when you have 3+ units because you already have Gunslinger.
Yeah.
So I put him in B.
Interesting.
But I put him in low B.
I was kind of.
But I could also argue C above Boba and above Wicked.
Yes, I was going to put him high C because a lot of the fun you used to have was putting him in a speeder and running around.
That
shooting
was my
stuff.
favorite thing to do with them.
Can't do that anymore at all. You can't transport.
Okay, let's go high C
anywhere. I think high C is a fair.
I agree.
A lot of times,
I
he's something you kind of are like, I'm going to go with something different.
Jyn Erso, though. Let's talk about Jyn.
Oh.
Jyn is a Courage 3, by the way. This is our other... She used to be commander. You can put Inspiring Presence on her and still use that Courage bubble, which is a really cool trick to do with her.
Which makes her a very cool...
But she's Agile 1,
commander
Disengage,
adjacent person.
Independent Move.
Which is dumb.
Infiltrate, Nimble, Sharpshooter 1. She has her Tonfa for her Suppressive 4 black. She has her Blaster Pistol, which is Long Shot, Pierce 1, range 1 to 2, 2 red, 1 white. 5 health, 3 courage, surge to crit, surge defense, white dice, speed 2. All of
75 that stupid points.
For a measly 75 points. She's extremely good.
She's
and her command cards are just annoying.
Yes, she's
annoying
one of
the fun.
She again when they released all the changes, when we did the interviews and stuff like that, she got like the biggest glow up ever, even outglowing up any of the Empire units that were talked about. But like her command cards are beyond annoying. Independent Move is ridiculous. Yeah. She is the epitome of the Rebels.
And she's just so cheap.
And she's
just so cheap. And if you bring her with Cassian K2, K2's gun just saved 5 points. So now she's effectively only 70 points.
Yeah.
Because you're saving 5 on K2's gun. I'm going to say A, just behind Cassian K2 personally. What do you think?
Okay. I guess that's fine. I was wondering if you were going to put her near the S tier.
She's close. So for me, an S tier,
easy 75 points.
So we should. Everyone, I think, interprets scales differently.
Okay.
So for me, S tier is like broken. Like it's too good. Like it's so good, it's broken. I know that's not how everyone interprets it. A tier is you're very good. You're extremely good. B tier is you're hitting about where you should. You're doing pretty well. You're just above average. Like think of like a school grade. Like you're just above average. You're doing really good, but you're not great.
Right.
You know. C is you're okay.
Right.
You're not great. And a D in this tier is like you're bad.
So I think my only difference between S... Stop knocking your water bottle.
I'm going to keep taking
What are you even doing here?
Just playing soccer.
I think my difference with S tier is... In S tier for me is... When you're making a list, she's the first click you put. Like, no problem. I'll throw 75 points of Jyn in there. No problem.
So she's not a first click for me. So that keeps her at A then too.
Okay. All right.
Only because there's so many options in the Rebel army.
There is. There's a lot.
So, but
with the activations being so good.
It is. It's true.
So yeah, I'd give her the high A slot.
I'd say A behind. I like Cassian K2 still better personally.
Okay, that's fair.
But we have to agree. So what are we thinking?
I'll put her with Cassian K2.
Okay, so she's in front of Lando, but behind Cassian K2 for now. We might reorder this as we go at the very end here.
Okay.
As we're going through everything. Next up,
Jesus, there's so many of them.
Yep, we're not even close. Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight. Oh, Luke Skywalker. 165, jump 1, charge, deflect, disengage. Disengage is huge. Immune Fierce, Master of the Force 1, 7 health, 4 courage. Here's a 7 health and a 4 courage Rebels want. These no command slots, no inspiring presence, unfortunately. Surge to crit, red defense dice, 2 speed, 7 black dice, impact 2, pierce 2 for Luke, 3 force, 1 training. I think he's overcost. I'll just cut right to
He absolutely
They've lowered him, but 165 for him. Whew. I mean, that just... There's a lot more, like...
I think that's more expensive than Vader.
I would have to look at what Vader is, but... I think he's just in a spot right now that's a little expensive. Vader, the commander's 170 and the operative is 155, so yeah, more expensive than the operative. I honestly think he could use a 15-point reduction. I know that might be a lot. People might be like, really, 15? Yeah, I do think he could use about a 15-point reduction.
Yeah,
and still be a little. My biggest issue with him is they made deflect better, obviously in his new form. But he's one of the few Jedi, him and Vader, that don't have any keywords to play with anything else. So he doesn't have a Jakar or a Shin or all the other ones of like that. So in melee, you have an easier time killing him than you do Commander Luke. If Commander Luke has a dodge, he's going to block and surge to block. So you almost, in my opinion, have to bring into the fray with him, so that way he gets a little bit survivable in melee. And for whatever reason, even though he's 7 health, 7 black dice, I just don't have a good luck with him.
He is one of your channels. Yeah.
He loves Luke. It's like his favorite character. So if you're watching, I shout to you. You're doing well. But like even he lets you down a lot of the time for the cost. So because of that, I'm going C tier with him. But where in the C tier is the bigger question. Do you agree C tier, by the way?
I can agree with C tier for sure.
But he's in front of Boba. He's in front of Wicket. And probably in front of IG still. So as I'm looking at this, I'm like, do we drop Boba down to high D? As we're going through this list, I don't know.
We can drop Boba down to high D.
I think Boba's fallen to D, guys. Just high D, and I think we're going to take Commander Luke to high C for now. And
I think you can put him in high C. He does a little more than IG-11, but he's so much more expensive.
Well, let's talk about another person who's probably not going to be too high on the list because of what they've done to my boy.
Ooh, yeah.
R2D2. Repair 2, Capacity 2, Inconspicuous, Infiltrate, Secret Mission is the reason he's not going to be up there. Great. And then you can add K2, so you can add C3PO if you want to. He's another 15 points. So
now you're at 70 points.
Which is generous pretty much.
Yep, just shy of Gen.
Secret Mission now is extremely hard to get.
Almost impossible.
They need to really fix Secret Mission. That's my biggest gripe with the current game.
They made Bounty much easier to get, and they're like, you know what, Secret Mission? Nah.
Secret Mission's rough to get. So R2 is D for me. The Repair 2 Capacity 2 is nice if you're bringing armor and stuff, and he's a cheapest activation.
Is it for 70 points?
Well, you wouldn't bring C3PO, but like my issue, if you're doing that, what's he doing besides fixing twice?
Repair 2.
And it's an action too. I know it's Repair 2, which is nice, but it's an action too. And he's a speed 1. He's slow, 4 health.
Right.
So I'm going D tier, and I'm going below Boba. I'm going to the bottom of the barrel for this one.
That's absolutely fair.
And that's where he lives. So and I hate to do that because at one point R2D2 was my favorite.
He was cheap. He did stuff for you. He was a possible victory point.
Let's go to a happy note. Let's go to Sabine Wren, my girl. Jump to Gunslinger, Impervious, Nimble. Her gun now is melee to 2, which is nice. So if you don't want to bring Darksaber, which I do anyways, but if you don't, it's red, white, black, rainbow, Pierce 1, 5 health like all Mandos pretty much, 2 courage, surge to crit, surge defense, speed 3.
Speed 3.
She's good.
She's awesome.
They gave her they did a few little upgrades. They gave her obviously her gun now works in there. The Darksaber is 15, and that gives her the immune pierce. It gives her the Dauntless. It gives her the 5 black, impact 1, pierce 1.
Yep.
That's really nice. But they also have her, what is it? The shield they changed. They made it cycle, I believe, right? Yes.
It does cycle now.
They made it cycle, so that means it's a little nicer. So if you don't use it, you can get it for later. She's got her whip if you want to use that. I have some games that works and some games that never use it.
It's got potential, but it's
her command card, her bomb. Doesn't always do the most damage, but it's a good suppressive bomb.
It's a very good suppressive bomb.
It's one of the few real bombs left in the game, her and Boss.
Yep.
And her 3-pip is the one that Legacy Mandalore, she issues an order to a commander or to an operative or special forces. She gets a dodge or an aim. I think is great. Her 2-pip is her downfall to me. It's just that you get to graffiti something, and then your rallies are better, their rallies are worse. I played her for years.
You very rarely bring that one.
It's just never great. My biggest thing with that one was the recover, to get suppression offer, because you get to recover when you play it, and you get the shield back. But I'm just not huge of that. So with that said, I'm thinking I think she's a little pricey though. I should start there.
She is a little pricey.
She's a little pricey at 125. If you add the Darksaber and the shield, she's at 145. We are now Ahsoka level price base, which also shows you Ahsoka's too much money. But I think there's better things for that. I mean, you can get Naked Bad Batch at 140. Or Sabine with the Darksaber at 140. Like, I think I'll take Bad Batch every time, unfortunately. So because of her cost, and I'm hoping they bring her down soon, I'm thinking she's going to live somewhere in that B range.
Yeah, I'm going to put her. Oh, is it above Luke or below Luke?
Right in the current day and time. That's a hard one actually, because that Speed 3 is still super good.
Speed 3 is very effective. She's got
her biggest weakness is that courage too. So if she has the Dauntless to move to points, now she's up to 30 courage, and she can panic really easy.
Right
so I think only because of the cost, the courage and movement potential, and her command card 2 not being as good as some of the others, I think I'm putting her just a tiny bit below Luke.
That's fair.
If I can make her equal with Luke, she'd be equal with Luke. They have different roles.
She's one charge keyword away from really being amazing.
They have different roles. The jump 2 is huge too. So on certain maps, it does nothing, right?
Right.
So it just depends. But
the speed 3 is just you can get to points.
Yeah. Let's talk about Bad Batch. Bad Batch is great. Bad Batch is you get to get Echo, Hunter, Wrecker, and Tech, Impervious, Scale, Steady, Sharpshooter 1, We're Not Regs. Their base gun is 1 in black, 1 white badge. You guys know as you build them out, they get more keywords. They have Reliable 3. They have Reliable 3. They get Wreckers has a rainbow instead of the 2 dice, so he gets red, white, black. Hunter can do the knife trick at people non-operative, not commanders, and kill one. You get cash, aim, and dodge. You get tactical. So all your people give you extra keywords, right?
Reliable.
Their one card, everyone you have gives you something else. If you play that bad batch. If I said that, I apologize. Bad batch keyword.
That's the best. That's the best one right there.
No, my bad. Bad batch keyword. Yep. I mean, they are a bad girl too, but no. It gives you. He's not gonna let that one go.
Nah, that's great.
It gives you the bad batch bomb. Because you get speed 3 if you have Hunter.
Yeah, Joe,
you get tactical 2.
Joe didn't understand until a very recent Patreon
how good that
game.
was.
How good.
Well, I knew how good it was, but with Rex in a different army, it's better. Because you get the Scout. In this army, it's still good, but not nearly as good.
Yes, it is nowhere near as good.
You don't get
in
the
Rebels.
Scout too.
Yeah.
So we're talking about Rebels only. In Rebels, you can bring our good friend, Omega, who is...
It's Omega?
Is something. For 10 points, she gives you 1 health and 2 white dice only. And I'm part of the squad, which just isn't great, to be honest. It was better in the old format. But, so, 150 if you add to get 1 extra health. If it's worth it, flip a coin. I think a Bad Batch is better in the Republic because you get Crosshair.
They are better in the Republic, yeah.
Who is just better overall. And they're not a mercenary in that army. They're actually part of the faction, too. They can't token share, but regardless, they're just... So, in the Rebel army...
They can't token share because they are tokens.
We're not right. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But still, in the Rebel army, still good. I'd still put them somewhere in the A.
Oh, interesting.
Somewhere in the A. I'm thinking... Well, I think they're better than Han. They fit very different roles. Obviously, Han's a leader.
Very different roles, yeah.
So, I think Bad Batch in the Rebels is... Bad Batch in Republic would be one of those ones I'd probably put close to the S tier. Just because of their pure health. The shenanigans they can do,
they can
be built with.
Yeah,
I think I put them. They would be like an S tier unit for me in. Republic.
I guess
some people might be sitting there.
We'll find out in the Republic tier.
Joe, they're not S. I think they are. Especially you do Rex in them.
Yeah,
just go delete someone's command.
Which one do you want to delete? Pick a unit on the board and it's gone.
And I've had people spend the whole game shooting Bad Batch and not kill them, getting them down to just Hunter maybe. But
I'm people in that situation.
Others than just you two. So in Rebels though, I'm probably saying A.
Okay.
Between Lando and Han.
That's fair.
Because, and the only reason, I'm not saying Lando's not going to kill anyone better than Bad Batch is, but Lando has a lot more tricks and things to do. So for now, above there.
All right.
Okay, we're out of the operatives, guys.
Oh my gosh, we need to take a vacation after doing all those operatives.
Ewok skirmishers, Ewok slingers, those are 2 different units. I think they both fit into a very similar spot for different reasons. The skirmishers, low profile, unhindered, 1 black per model, 6 health, because they have 6 of them. So 1 health each, 1 courage. That's it. That's all they
40
got.
points.
They're just 40 points. But
this is all outside of Battle Force.
Yeah, outside of Battle
Force. Not talking any Battle Force.
Just high level.
Here.
I put them in the slingers both at a C.
Absolutely. They're
not crazy good, but they're not bad.
Yeah, you're not taking them. I mean, the slingers are going to be above them because they're slightly cheaper.
Yeah, they're 5 points cheaper.
It's an okay filler unit.
But they're not hitting as
hard. But I don't think you're ever like, on my regular unit, I'm going to bring an Ewok skirmisher. I'll take that over a fleet
skirmishers
trooper
and slingers both C tier, below Wicket and below Wicket. Just it would go slingers, skirmishers. So it goes our C tier right now would be Luke, IG, Wicket, slinger, skirmisher.
That's interesting. I would put the slingers over Wicket. I would do slingers, Wicket, skirmishers. Because you'll take slingers occasionally.
I used to until they take up a sleeper slot, dude.
That I forgot.
That's their biggest issue.
That's our going to be S tier here pretty soon.
Do you still think they're that good? Because are you going to take them over a sleeper?
Maybe once sleepers get adjusted to the point where they cost
right now,
like 500 points.
If you played this army mainly, would you take up a sleeper?
No, absolutely not. Yeah.
So yes, they're towards the bottom.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Fleet troopers. I like fleet troopers a lot. Fleet troopers. They have charge. That's it. That's their keyword. That's all I need.
That's all they need because their gun is 0 to 2.
They're 2 whites, 0 to 2. per model. 1 health, 1 courage, surge to offensively, defensively, white dice, speed 2. Their shotgun is 2 reds, pierce 1. I think they're a solid core. I put them B, somewhere in B.
Yeah, I would say high B.
Where in B is the question though. I don't. They can do more damage, but in an overall army sense, I don't think they are necessarily better than a rebel trooper, because rebel troopers having that move and more survivability to be able to hold those points a little easier. But pure damage, they're much better.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking B, above Ahsoka, below Sabine.
That's fair.
Okay.
We can put them there.
Okay. And stop. Okay. So yes, so fleets we're gonna put between Ahsoka and Sabine.
Correct.
Easy enough.
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna go to Rebel Troopers. Rebel Troopers, Agile 1, which I think that one keyword really made them much better.
It really did.
Nimble. They had that really, really awesome gun that you love the most. It's their little shotgun, which is not a great gun, but it's great because of its cost.
It's 12 points. I think it's one of the cheapest heavies in the game.
It is 13 points, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You missed it by 1. It's 2 reds, 2 whites, impact 1. Impact 1, if you're hitting the armor, it's nice to have, but you're getting 2 reds, 2 whites. You're doubling your dice pool and getting another health for 13 points.
And because this game is now the range 2 is the best game, it's really good.
So for 53, which is cheaper than the fleet with the shotgun, I put them in B tier, but well above the fleets. I'm thinking, but I don't want to go too high.
I don't know, because like that's kind of your staple. It's like you're throwing 2 or 3 of those in every rebel list.
Yeah, it just feels weird to put them above like a Luke or a Chewie, but they do work. So like in the constructs of like your army, like what do you use and what do you find valuable? They're not like a 1 unit of rebel troopers is not better than 1 Ahsoka, but 3 or 4 rebel troopers
in the world where we have to build an army with a minimum of 3 cores.
I'm thinking
they bring a heck of a lot.
I'm
of
thinking
value.
B, below Leia, above Chewie.
That's fair.
You agree?
That's okay. That can be a good place for him.
Let's talk about a different end of the spectrum. That's the veterans, my poor vets. What you do to my boy?
Oh, they got
coordinate and placement trooper.
Dirty.
Low profile, prepared positions, speed 1, 1 health, 1 courage, surge to hit, surge white defense dice, black dice, range 1 to 3, and 1 black and melee. They're 48 points, 8 more points than rebel trooper. They start on the board, so depending where you put them, they can help them a little bit.
They're heavy.
Their heavy is 26 points. 26 it's nice. It adds 4 whites, range up to 4, critical 2. It is nice. Their biggest issue is the speed.
Speed 1 hurts.
To be able to try to get to scoring with speed 1 hurts.
And then to live while you're trying to score.
Yep. Low profile helps. That's nice.
It's a little helpful.
It's nice. But
I agree with you.
Do you take them over fleets and troopers?
No.
There was a point where they were the most brought rebel
It is an interesting thing, though, because I talked to, I don't remember, I think you were there, talked to a lot of people at Worlds that were saying that their meta activations were king. We generally play, especially between us, 10 to 12 activations. Yes. Sometimes we get a little crazy and go to like 14. A lot of people are saying like, 15, 16, 17, that's where you can unlock that ability to get that because you can bring 4 of them, and then you can bring 4 Mark IIs or 6 of them and 6 Mark IIs, and it's cheap. But that's many slow activate. I mean, you're not putting the heavy on them, but it's so many slow activations that we've never tried it because we don't have that many, so we don't even.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, I would put them as a decent. At
Worlds,
C.
Did you ever feel like you were losing to a 16+ activation?
Absolutely
we both
not.
played in Worlds, and that wasn't an issue. So, anyways, I hate to do this to them. I really do, but to me, they're like top of the D.
Really?
I think so. I just I'm sitting there when I'm bliss building. Every time I'm like, I should bring some vets to show them off on the channel, and I'm like, maybe not.
That's fair. I mean,
and the main reason is that speed 1 and their cost, because once you put a CM93 trooper on them, they are 74 points.
Right.
You are Jyn Erso level points. You are costing, what is it? It's 21 points more than rebel troopers with shotgun.
Right. And I guess you unlock the 38-point medium blaster, which is
fine.
It's just okay.
It's fine, but for 2 points more, just give me the rebel trooper unit. Yeah, again.
I think so. So I can agree with you. The high D.
I don't like to do it because there was a point. If anyone knows the channel well, and you guys have watched us for a while and watch all our old practice for tournaments and stuff, I brought 2 to 3 vets.
Yeah,
all the time. So
they were your best core, and they went to the worst.
Yep. So now with that, we're gonna talk about the Mark II blaster because it only unlocks you bring them. You have to bring the Rebel veteran, so it's a 48-point tax. Fire support, which does not do what it used to. It just gives you that free standby and you give an order.
It's standby.
Full pivot, prepared positions, reposition, sentinel, 4 black dice, critical 2 is nice. Surge to hit, white defense dice, 4 health, 2 courage. They essentially rebel troopers that surge offensively and have critical 2.
And,
other than that,
and you got cumbersome. They got a bigger base.
They got cumbersome. They have the bigger base, but they're speed 1. They're slower. I meant like offensive potential. They're pretty much their shining point is they can surge.
Yeah.
But man, people just kill them.
They die real quick. I put them in D above.
But can you put them above the vets because you have to bring?
I know you have to bring the vets.
So it's a 48-point tax.
But they're better than the vets. But you have to bring the vets, so it's a weird place to be.
You know what? I'm gonna package them both as high D.
That's fair. Let's do it.
We're just
leave them together.
I think that's the best way to do it.
I like it.
We're gonna go over to. We already talked about EWH slingers. We already put them. They're right with the skirmishers because they take up the slot. Mandalorian resistance, 68 points. Jump 2, impervious, nimble. They're too much.
Absolutely too much.
I love Mandos, but they got shields, which was nice. But someone pointed out, is it better than a prepared supply dodge? Because that only works for 1 round though. But you live in range 2, so I don't know because you get that dodge back with nimble. I still like the 2 shields better if you have the points.
If you had a heavy option, then I think they would be good.
The duelist,
they could be good.
The duelist is the only real heavy option besides the name people, which if you're bringing Sabine, and you're probably bringing Clenren anyways. Right. So it's hard. I wish they had more heavies. Like that's my biggest gripe with them is besides their cost is that they don't have a good heavy option.
Let's just get this out of the way so we can talk about the rest of the slot without saying it. Sleeper cells is going to be S tier, and you can't compare anything else in this list to sleeper cells because it's just going to make them look bad. So we're going to take the sleeper cell off of the argument, and even then I still think they're D tier.
I was going to say low C, but because that speed 3 is nice still.
The speed 3 is nice. But
I agree. I will go... No, I can't argue with it too much. I will go high D for them.
Absolutely. I think they go above the vets.
Yes, for sure.
Okay. I mean, they could almost be C tier, but the
Clan Ren, I think, is C tier.
Clan Ren, they can live in the middle of C tier.
Because they have retinue, they have more keywords with Ursa and Tristan, but they have some of the same... They're a little too expensive.
They are a little too expensive.
And if you bring their missile, it's only 3 dice now instead of 4 because there's only 3 models.
They did get a little bit better with the shields. The shields helps them a little bit.
Yep, so I think for the resistance, we put them at low C tier.
Low C tier? I was going to put them
probably above the Ewoks, so we'll say mid C tier then, because this is only 4 there currently. So
yeah.
Are they better than IG though?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah, I think they do better.
But it's so weird. They're better if you bring Sabine. But if you don't bring Sabine...
I was going to say, on their own without Sabine, they're lower C tier.
Yeah.
Because you're losing
so
retinue.
How do we want to rank them? Do we rank them...
I think we rank them on their own.
On their own. So then I'm going to have to put them...
I think they're above skirmishers.
Above skirmishers, below Wicket?
I would take them above Wicket, too.
Okay, so we'll say below IG.
Yeah,
okay,
below IG.
Next up...
With Sabine, probably above IG.
We'll go with Rebel Commandos. Rebel Commandos. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Low profile, Scout 2, Sharpshooter 1, 1 black dice, 1 health, 2 courage, Surge to hit, Surge defense, white dice, speed 2. You can add... They're weird because you want to bring a sniper, but in this game anymore, the sniper is 38 points. Now you're looking at 86 points. More than your vets, more than sleepers.
Shh, don't say it.
I have to, because that's what we're comparing them to. But if you don't bring the sniper, like our lovely Empire Scouts, you could bring the Proton.
They get to a really not great
But the issue is, it's just a rainbow, critical 2, impact 3, blast 1, and they don't want to be at range 1.
They do not want to be
unlike the Scouts, who benefit from that range 2 gun, and if you bring a frag, they're really good. These guys like range 3, but you don't want to be at range 3 for scoring. So let's just bring it for... We bring the Proton. They're 68 points at that point. They're low D, but I mean above R2.
D, huh?
Oh yeah, for me.
That's fair.
Because I rather have the sleepers over them. I rather have the Mandos over them. I rather have the Slingers over them, and I probably would rather have the Wookiees over them too.
Absolutely.
So with that case, I'd say below Boba.
They're more expensive Rebel troopers. They have a little bit more cute of a.
Yeah, they have Sharpshooter and Scout. I put them below Boba, but above R2.
That's fair.
And I hate to do it. I like them.
It is unfortunate because they're not so, especially with the resculpt. They're so nice looking.
There. Let's go with the sleeper cells. I'm going to put them in S.
Throw them in S. We don't have to talk about it.
We're going to put them in S real quick. Just the very top of everything of the list right here. Just they're broken. It is the nice way of saying it. Mm-hmm. But they're nimble, Scout 2, Tactical 1. They have 2 black per mini at range 1 to 2. In melee, you can do 2. You can do a black, white suppressive or 1 red impact 1 death pack. 1 health, 2 courage, 1 surge to hit, surge to block, white defense dice, 2 speed. They're 6-man unit.
70 stupid points.
They're only 70 points, and if you bring the Astromech, which I'm pretty sure everyone just staples it on there at that point. I've never played one who hasn't against one who hasn't had it, but the Astromech's only 5 points, and what he does, he gives you an extra health, but he also every time you end your move within 1 of a objective token, you get a dodge.
So if you move twice near an objective token, you've gotten 2 dodges and 2 aims.
And they're nimble.
You can't share,
so they
so
bring those dodges back. So what do they need to do? They I hate to say because I'm a rebel player, but playing as someone who's played against them too, they need to go up in cost.
They absolutely do.
It's criminal that at 75 points you are what was the commandos 86 with the sniper rifle or something.
Yeah.
They are with the commando with the sniper rifle is 86 points. Guys, do you want a commando unit with a sniper rifle for 86, or would you take a sleeper cell and astromatic?
That commando unit is throwing 5 black, 1 white, pierce 1.
No, yeah, Pierce 1, yeah.
Or you get 12 black dice with an aim because you've moved.
The worst part is you could bring the proton guy, and now it's 68, so you're paying 7 points more. I still pay those 7 points every day, all day long. So yeah, sleeper's broken. I don't think there's much more to talk about. Wookiee Warriors, the melee or the range version, the Kashyyyk Warriors, Resistance. Indomitable Scale, Sharpshooter 1, 1 white, 1 black in melee, 2 white in range, 3 health per model, 3 models, 2 courage. I don't know. These guys are in a weird spot. They've been in a weird spot for a long time. They're D rank for me, the shooty ones.
Really? Oh no, these are the melee ones.
No.
Oh, these are the shooty ones. Yeah, those are D. Yep, that's fair.
And I think they're lower on the D than I want to admit out loud. I'm saying above Commandos, below Boba.
That's fair.
Okay. And then the melee ones are probably going to be in the B range somewhere.
Interesting.
Or no, I'm going to take that back. I'm going to take that back a little bit because they're low cost. I'm going to say C below Luke.
Really?
Below Luke. Only because I have to do it, guys. Are you going to take them over a sleeper? We have to do it because that's the slot. It's the slot.
I hate that slot.
So I'm gonna say,
I guess you can put him C. Once
a sleeper,
once you remove sleeper from S tier, it would change a lot of these rankings.
Because they're taking up that sleeper slot.
Yeah,
they're going to be C tier, above IG, below Luke.
Yeah,
right. That's just where they live.
That's fair.
Okay, supports another D unit in my opinion. I know people are going to disagree with me. They used to have their day in time, but it's the FD laser cannon, full pivot, prepared position, sentinel. Stationary, they're shooting 5 black, up to range 5, impact 2. They also have the blast pistol, range 1 and 2 for, 4 whites now? Did that get better, I think? I think it did.
No, it's always 4 whites. Okay, it's two guys with a blaster on.
Who knows? But that's 65 points. And if you want to throw the generator on there too, which most people do because it's better, either generates both 3 points, doesn't matter which one. You're at 68 points, which is 2 points different than the sleeper. I'm sorry I'm comparing to them again. Different slot, I know. But my point is, they can't go get points. Yeah,
they can't score in almost any...
There's only that one, I think, right? They can help prevent scoring.
They can prevent, but they cannot actually score a point other than a secondary by killing
ABS
stuff.
kind of life, always be scoring. They're D for me, and they're just above R2 because R2's garbage, but that's about it.
That's fair. Yeah.
And I hate doing it because I like FD cans. I love Hoth, and I hate putting all my Echo-based people so low on this list because I love Hoth.
So low. Nice.
ATRT, though, that's a different...
ATRT went up a lot.
50 points base, but if you put the laser cannons, only 60 points. Once again, 60 for this or 68 for the FD. It's not even close. Anyways, Armor 2, Climbing Vehicle, Expert Climbing, Scout 1. Their base is 3 red, impact 1 attack, 2 white, up to range 3 is their base, but they're going to have the 2 black, 1 red. Yeah. Impact 3.
Or you can get a great flamethrower.
You can get the flamethrower.
Or you can get the rotary cannon.
Those are more points. I'm just talking about what we see the most of them. 6 health, white dice.
It's the surge to crit. It's the impact for the anti-vehicles.
They lose the red defense dice that the Republic buddies get, but they gain the surge to crit instead of the surge to hit.
Right.
So for their points and how you can just bring them, and they're cheap, 60 points for impacting against vehicles is really good. Even just peppering something, going on a point, just being the extra, they're decent. I would say they're B tier.
I would say B tier.
I'd probably lower B tier, but still B tier.
I would think maybe between Ahsoka Sabine.
Oh, we're putting the picture of the Republic ATR2. That's fine. Yeah, we'll go there. Yeah, we'll go there. I like it. Okay, that's good. Swooplex. Swooplex, cover 1, independent aim or dodge, reinforcements, speeder 1. They're technically a mercenary unit.
I was gonna say we haven't really been talking about the mercenaries.
I don't know where to put them, so let's skip them.
Them.
Tauntaun, we're trying to stay with that. Agile 1, relentless, reposition, sharpshooter 1, unhindered. 2 red per mini for range. Ram 1, 1 white, 2 black for melee. Ram is so good, by the way.
Ram is very
4
good.
health, 2 courage, surging both ways, white dice, speed 3, 2 per a unit. I think their only thing keeping them higher is their cost. They're 95 points.
They are a bit expensive.
I feel like that was back in the days when they were doing their shenanigans with their their movement in and out of stuff. With their cost currently and how the meta shapes up and how You get in the range 2 bubble, you're going to get melted, but you have to get that range 2 bubble, and you want to ram things. I'm putting them very low C tier.
That's fair.
And
I put them above the Ewoks.
I don't even know if I put them above the Ewoks.
Really?
Yeah. Ewoks are cheap. I can bring 2 Ewoks units for cheaper than 1 Ton.
That's true.
And with upgrades. I can bring 2 with Force Dwellers and still be cheaper than a Ton. So I personally say below the Ewoks.
Oh, bottom of C tier. Huh?
Bottom of C tier is where they're going. What do you think? You good with
fair.
that?
I can agree with that.
We're into the heavies finally. We're towards the end of this. We have the A5 speeder truck, very versatile vehicle, armor 5, hover ground, reposition, transport, weak point, rear 2 for the rear, which we saw a lot in a recent episode.
And our recent episode is the one where I got straight up destroyed.
Well, no one knows unless they've seen that yet.
That's true.
No spoilers. They have 2 gun options. They have the quad laser, which is the more commonly one, 6 blacks, impact 2, range 3. But there's at 20. There's the cheaper 12.1 inches or a rainbow critical 1, range 4. I'm going to put the quad on it just for the sake of this argument because most people bring that from what I see.
That's right.
That's 85 points for that. It can contest 2 at once and it'll have objectives.
That's the biggest thing.
It blocks line of sight.
It's that double contesting. It's got transport for your fleets or whatever you want to put in.
Sleepers.
Or you could put a dumb unit of sleepers in there. They lose their scout too, but they potentially
it's better than
get
the scout
closer.
too.
Yeah.
Depending what the map looks like and where you want to place them. But I'm putting them A tier and I'm putting them bottom of A tier, but still A tier.
That's absolutely true.
I think they're the best vehicle Rebels have currently.
Absolutely.
Overall, and I think they're just really, really, really solid. So that's where they're going to go. They're going to go up to.
It ended up in B tier.
Yep, they're going to go up to A tier behind Han.
Yeah.
Next up, we have the lovely land speeder, which lost its transport, but it's cheap. Armor 2, Arsenal 3, Cover 1, Speeder 1, 6 health, 4 till it breaks, 2 white dice, range 1 to 2. It's got surge both ways, speed 2. But the land speeder, base stats aren't really the whole story because you have to add stuff. So if you add the Mark II medium blaster for 21 points, and let's just add the cheapest one, the rifle gunner's 8 points. Right, so this is the cheap build I call it.
It's almost embarrassing to charge you a point.
77 points because it gives you 2 whites, range 3.
Yeah.
So for 77 points, you're going to get the rifle, you're going to get the blaster, which adds 4 blacks. So you're throwing 6 dice so far, plus your main. If you're within range 2, because it's Arsenal 3, you'll have 4 blacks, 4 whites, surge to hit, for a total of 77 points with a speed 2 unit with compulse, so he gets that free move too. Armor 2 hurt him a little bit.
It does hurt him a lot.
Hurt him a lot with white dice, but I think they're so cheap. I think they're still decent. If you want to bring the rocket for stuff, it gets much more expensive, unfortunately, because I think that thing alone is 21 points for a rainbow, but it gives impact 2. Unless you have it, I don't like the upgrade.
I want.
So I like the
you want to run these
77
pretty
point
cheap
build
because of the health.
Unless you want to add the
low.
like one of the pilots, like I think I've seen sure run him for a thing or
Wedge.
rider for speed or whatever. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go C tier, somewhere in the middle of C tier. I don't think he's the best, but I think they're good.
Yeah, and they have a bigger base. They can really move. They can get. They can sneaky get points pretty easily.
I'm thinking above the Ewok brigades, but below IG.
That's fair.
That's where I want to put it. Okay. Last to talk about is our airspeeder, who used to be amazing, still good, but probably not as amazing.
Yeah.
Armor 3. That's why he's not as amazing. He used to have full armor, so he didn't even get the armor 5 treatment. He got armor 3. Anyways, Arsenal 2, Cover 1, Immune Blast, Melee, Range 1. It's been funny. A few times I've brought on the channel recently, he's always brought a lot of the melee, like Vaders and stuff, and he can't. Yeah. He's just...
I got grenades and Vader, and you can't
Speeder
do
2, 7
him.
health, breaks at 5. Surge to crit. Surge defensively, white dice, speed 3. 3 red, 3 black, impact 3. You bring Wedge for 5 points more. You can bring the free Harpoon now.
It's pretty solid. It's a little expensive.
My issue is it's 125, which isn't crazy, but armor 3 white dice is just not great.
Yeah, and you kind of get that problem where you can go back there and try to sneak a point off of somebody, but you're going to have to compulse away from it, and that means you're going to be moving twice to potentially get back to it. So.
Yeah, it's hard to keep on the points. He definitely wants a pepper thing. He's good at annoying things hiding in the back, but there's not as much hiding in the back anymore.
With the fact that you almost never see sniper teams anymore.
Not sniper teams, but maybe like a Krennic or Veers or you know those kind of Poggle, like those people who don't necessarily come at the range 2 unless they have to, and by that point they might be losing.
Yeah.
So it's another Hoth unit in a way because I know it says airspeeder, but it's a sunspeeder.
Right. For some reason, the AMG people are like, you know what, the Hoth units, we don't like them.
I think it has to go. What are you thinking? I don't want to say what I'm thinking. What are you thinking?
Are you really gonna put it in a D tier?
I didn't say anything yet. What are you thinking first?
I don't know. I was thinking like mid C.
I was thinking mid C, below land speeder, below Ewoks, but above Tons. So like towards the very bottom of C.
I don't know, because, like, I would probably take a Ton that's cheaper. It's got more health.
You don't have the armor 3 though.
You don't have the armor.
Or the
There's a lot of impact and critical now.
They also hit 3 red, 3 black.
Oh,
Impact
yeah,
3. I'm going to go above
Tons.
Tons. I think I'm going to lock it there. We disagree. We could shuffle it up.
Okay.
I think that's the good place to put it. Yeah, I think that's the good place to put it right there. So right now we're looking at our only S tier, because I define it as broken. Dawn defines it a little differently, but that's just where we're putting it. Is the sleepers, because they're too cheap.
They are.
We have Cassian at the top of A, Jin, Lando, Bad Batch, Han, A5. We like that order.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
B, we have Leia, Rebel Troopers, Chewie, Commander Luke, Sabine, Fleet Troopers, ATRT, Ahsoka. Is the ATRT need to go up higher? Is it good there? I'm almost looking at I don't know. It's almost like maybe above Sabine even. Maybe we get the fleets above Sabine too. I don't know.
I think so, because Sabine's so expensive and both of them are cheaper than her.
Yeah, I think Sabine has to fall back with her girl Ahsoka there.
Yeah.
C tier, we have Operative Luke, we have the IGs, we have the Land Speeder, Wicket, the Skirmisher Slingers are together, Air Speeder Tons. I think that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
D tier.
Oh my God, there's two other. There's so much in D tier. It's so sad.
But it's funny that if you fix the sleepers, I think things come out of D tier pretty quick.
It's true.
But you have the Mando Resistance, you have the Veterans, you have Boba Fett, you have the Wookiee Shooters, you have the Rebel Commandos, you have the FT Cannon, and you have R2. You know, I think I'm looking at this. I think I want to move Mandos to bottom C tier.
That's fair.
I think they're better than the D, but they're not better than anything in the C. But so I'm gonna bring up the Mando Resistance because they now have access to shields. They can do the 4 impact red, shenanigans too. They surge to hit. They have nimble, especially if you bring them with a Leia. If you bring a medic in the bus, they have their place. I'm gonna bring them up to C. I think the vets, unfortunately, because of the speed 1, they're staying at D. I know low profile is good. Prepared position, they can hunker and try to hold a point in the back, but they're really hard to move up and score.
Holding points in the back isn't a lot in this game anymore.
Boba, I think, stays there because he lost the standby shenanigans. Or he didn't lose it, but it just got changed how it interacts.
It hurts a lot.
And his standby. That Grievous Bomb is just like a wannabe Grievous Bomb. It's worse.
Yeah.
Shooty Wookiees, they stay there.
Yep.
Commandos, they're going to hurt by the sleeper effect and the fact they don't have good synergy with their things.
I think even without the sleepers, they're still probably in D.
They're still D. Yeah,
they're higher in D maybe, but they're in D.
FD Cannon can't score most of D. And then R2, I don't know what. Secret Mission's killing him. They fixed Secret Mission. He could instantly rise way up.
If Secret Mission was attainable. But now it's like, I have to travel across the entire board. I have to live to get into your deployment zone, and then I have to live another round after that, just for 1 point.
So we didn't put Mando's picture because we didn't have him. Where did we have him? We had him in A tier, didn't we?
He was in A tier. I believe he was between Lando and Jin. He was high.
Where do you want to put him? We can fix it right now. We got Cassian, Jin, Lando, Bad Batch, Han, and the A5 Speeder Bus in our A tier in that order. Where would you put Mando? The more I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, is Mando between Lando and Jin? Or is Mando between Jin, Cassian, K2? Because Jin's cheaper, for sure. Not arguing that, but who can have a bigger effect in the battlefield? I think Mando getting the bounty, being able to hit 6 dice with bounty.
He does have a good
He can hunt it,
chance of
speed
getting
3,
bounty.
relentless 1 turn.
My only thing is Jin is just obnoxious.
She just annoys you.
Yeah.
She is, but like...
I guess Mando would be above Jin because...
I don't know, I'm not trying to say,
He is very effective and he can... There's a good chance you can get your bounty.
Well, not even that, but like Jin runs into a unit of, let's just say, a snowtrooper, the flamethrower. She can kill a couple and hold them off. Mando runs into this flamethrower, he kills them all. Or unless you roll good, but he has a good chance of
especially if you run into those people that have brought a big unit of anything. And
I've done before, you can run in there.
You got some B1s that are 11 health, here they're gone. They're just dead.
You flamethrower, you use your knife or spear with it, and so you're pierced with your flamethrower. Or if you really need to, I've done it before and it's paid off, you flame the unit you're in, and you versatile out, you shoot something that's running away.
Yeah, you could
I think he's
throw
just got
some
more tricks and shenanigans. So I think Mando's going to be just behind Cassian and K2 because I think they have a lot of flexibility right now.
Yeah.
But the operative slot is a highly contested slot in the Rebel Army right now. It is the most contested slot. So I think that's our list. That's our list. I hope you guys... I'm interested in your thoughts. Put them below. Put your comments in. If you're watching this on YouTube, put your comments below. Let us know. If not, find our social posts. Put our comments on there.
What list or what unit in the D tier do you guys defend and say shouldn't be?
Yeah, no, and everyone's gonna have that unit they love. Like, it kills me to see Ahsoka in the bottom of B. Like that, it's visibly hurting me. But I'm like, I think that's where and Sabine. Those are 2 of my favorite rebels.
I know.
But I think right now
you put effort into making them work, and you can make them work against me very easily. You run them so much.
I know to play them very well.
For somebody who's just casually playing rebels, they're not going to be that.
Options.
There's a lot better, more forgiving units.
But a point adjustment a change to like a different upgrade comes out because they're working on those generic upgrades they mentioned a while ago.
Right.
That could raise any of these people way up. But I think right now, just points are what's keeping some of this back. Like, that's get a 10 to 15 point reduction total. So heavy plus their base, combined. I think that moves it way out of the D into like the C to the B range. Just that change.
I don't know that they would get to B. A speed 1 unit has to do a lot of stuff to be in the B range.
If they went B, they'd go bottom.
Maybe if whenever they start releasing the next set of missions, if some of those missions are like, hang out by a point that's in your deployment zone or near your deployment zone, then these guys can go way up because then they can participate in scoring. But it's so hard to have vets or the Mark II or anything that moves speed 1 be a good scorer.
So yeah, I think that's our list. I think it's going to stand like right here. We didn't obviously do the swoop bikes. Swoop bikes for me,
like you can put pikes in Rebels too.
Pikes would be somewhere in the B range for the Rebel army. I think they'd be somewhere in the B range. I think the swoops would be somewhere in the low C, high D range ish.
Yeah.
Maybe even mid D.
All of the speeders are living in a pretty bad place.
They just need point adjustments, really. A lot of these things need point. Like, we're going to do the Empire next. That's going to have a lot to talk about point adjustments needed.
Poor Empire.
What Empire is in S? Is it just Commander Vader or not even?
I don't even think so.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, he's great.
He's
just not.
My biggest thing with Commander Vader that keeps him in my mind so good is that just unlimited courage for your whole army.
The unlimited courage is great.
So it's like, especially if you bring that. What is it? It's not sweeping clear. It's the.
Oh, the courage secondary where
we have to panic someone. People. You can't even do it if you keep people close.
Yeah,
it's the bring them to heel. Yeah, that's the one. That's just funny because it's like we ain't getting that one. And I made the mistake at Worlds not thinking about his army. We're thinking about mine. I'm like, I'm Republic. I got Anakin. I brought it anyways. But yeah, we'll see what we put S and A and B's and C's and D's for the Empire. We know they need point adjustments, so we'll talk about it in depth with you guys. But I hope you enjoyed our list. I hope you enjoyed our rundown, our thoughts. Obviously, this is just our opinion. You guys can have wildly different opinions, and your opinions are valid too.
This is absolute fact, and it is totally correct.
And I know people like myself can make units in the low B's work as if they're good A's. And
there's a lot of people that can take a C and D tier unit and be like, man, I hate playing against this unit because this person
I've heard
just knows how to play that
win
unit.
Multiple tournaments with vets and good on them, but I can't seem to get them to work for me. So, until next time, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Brian Time, Great Squadron Gaming Podcast. We'll be back again here soon, ranking the Empire units, and we'll go through then the Republic and then the Separatists, and maybe get Frosty to the Mercenaries. That'd be a shorter one, so we'll see.
Yep.
Till next time, have a great night.
Bye.